Well, good morning, guys. I'm Denver. Everybody knows that by now. Own Legacy Land Pros, complete grounds management. We aim to be just what it says, your complete grounds management solutions, from winter snow removal to summer maintenance to landscaping install. Your go-to company to maintain your commercial or residential property. A little bit about my family. That is my daughter Layla. She's 8 months next week, and my boy Jackson. He'll be 3 next month, and my wife Brittany. That's how it started 10 years ago. This mower was given to me. I put about 50 bucks into it, and I got 3 mowing accounts, and then one of the wheels fell off while I was mowing. So I was like, I need to actually get a real mower. So I went and got a 0% interest credit card because I was completely broke, and bought this thing on payments, and I paid it off before the interest hit. So that's how we started. That was this is 2015, that's 2016. So it really got going in 2016. A little bit about where we're at now. This is our office staff. This is Joanna. If you call into the office or get sent an invoice or anything like that, you'll be talking to her. She keeps us organized and looking professional. Caleb, he's our landscape ops manager. He schedules and dispatches all of our project-based work, so retainer walls, patios, landscape installs, etc. And then he also is a key component in our snow removal operation. And he works hand in hand with our on-staff mechanic, Rich, keeping up with our fleet maintenance. And then there's Mark and Scott. Mark is our lawn ops manager. Scott live and in person as well. Mark is our lawn ops manager. He dispatches all the lawn crews, the FERT crew, and he is our main account manager for all of our maintenance work. So Mark and I share some of that. And then Scott just recently came on board. Scott does design work and a lot of our sales. So if you need a project, talk to Scott. There's the whole crew that was last year. We're getting ready to take another photo. It will be a little bit bigger, but that's all of us right now. Just a brief overview. Like I said, we're a locally owned landscaping company based in Salem, Ohio. We provide landscaping solutions, design and build, and site cleanup, just a whole gamut. A little bit of our brief description of our 4 main services: lawn care, landscaping, hardscaping, and then snow and ice management. This is probably the largest part of our business is the maintenance. We take care of the Firestone Farms common areas, so I featured that in there. But largest part of our maintenance, our business, is the maintenance division. We mow. This year it'll be about 350 lawns a week, so that keeps Mark busy scheduling those. And we trim thousands of bushes. We have one condo association that has like 2,000 bushes in it. And we have like 10 condo associations. So Nate is the bush trimming king, so I featured him in here. He's good. Nobody's better. And then we spread a lot of mulch. I think last year we went through over 1,000 yards of mulch. There's a project we completed last year on the hardscaping side of things. Kind of a cool boulder wall we did, 2-tiered. I love the before and afters. This was a fun project. We came in. I don't know, for some of you builders in the room, this wall was built with the grade not level. It was like running along so it was like sloping off and just completely deteriorating. Instead of building steps up through it, they just threw up some decking steps, and this is actually a commercial property. This is like a boutique, and so they were concerned with customers walk in and out, so we were able to completely rebuild that, integrate the steps into there, and also all the stone was falling out in the parking lot. There was no edging, so we put in some edging. So I love projects like this where you take something that's dilapidated and completely refresh it. Our design work, I'm not going to steal too much of Scott's thunder when he talks, but this is a design Scott put together, and then that's the real project. So it really enables people that struggle with visualizing things to be able to see what their project is like. We offer the design service just separately as well, if you just want to design, even if you want to do it yourself or whatever. And this is also a large part of our business is a lot of, I call them front landscape wraps. So a lot of people are, a lot of people have had bushes planted for 20 years in front of their house. Case in point, some of them have been cut down, there's stumps there, and they don't have the equipment to pull anything out, whether they're gonna sell their house or they're just revamping it. This is a nice looking house, but as you can tell, there's like a huge difference now. It just freshens up the look. You can actually see the front porch now. And it's a real cost, I don't want to say budget, but cost effective way of really changing the look of your house. So if you're looking to sell it or you're just looking to upgrade it, a lot more price sensitive than like a massive patio or something like that. I just threw that in there. It was kind of cool. That's the biggest wall we've ever built. It was almost 15 feet tall and 211 feet long, fully like engineered. We had to work with an engineer and stuff like that. That was fun. There was, I believe, about 800 tons of base material behind that. So it took us a month to build, but that was fun. And we built the fence on top of it as well. So that's for our car wash down in Calcutta. Our if you need to know any more about us, our website, we're very active on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X. That was I just threw that up there. We got Better Business Bureau certified a couple years ago. We are on YouTube. If you like YouTube, I would appreciate a subscribe. I'm a really famous YouTuber. I have like 318 subscribers, so no.
They pay you.
I'm just gonna sell the business on YouTube. No, but we just use it to feature, mainly show like what we get into, and honestly, I love you guys' support, but it's mainly for showing young guys, what they could do if they come and work for us. So we try to be an open book about that. What does it look like day in the life? What kind of projects we get into, etc. We're always looking to up our Google reviews. It's never good enough, even though it's a 5-star. I always want more. I'm never satisfied. So if you have had interaction with us and you haven't left us a Google review, I beg that you would, only if it's going to be a 5-star. If not, please talk to me. Any questions? 2 minutes for questions.
I think I speak for everybody. I always have trouble finding a good border for my landscaping. Mm-hmm. What do you guys use in terms of a good border mm-hmm. where you can run your weed eater mm-hmm. and not, that black plastic stuff is crap.
Yeah.
Just put in. What, use it like a stone?
It depends on what material you're using. Okay. If you're using mulch, we like just a cut edge.
Yeah.
So we actually have a power bed edger. We'll run a nice deep edge, and we'll do that once a year. And we keep that up with our string trimmers throughout the year. So we keep a nice sharp edge. If you turn your string trimmer up on edge, that keeps the weeds from encroaching into the bed. If you want a little bit more low maintenance, there are some heavy duty plastic options that we'll use. Okay. You're right, there's a lot of cheap junk out there. We use some black aluminum edging that's a little more pricey. It kind of has a cool look though. And then we also, probably the best for the Northeast is some sort of stone or block edging because it allows it to move just a little bit. Even the best edging, we live in the Northeast and it freeze thaw cycle. I don't care how many stakes you put in that, eventually it's going to heave out. It's just the cycle of life. Yeah. So the aluminum edging is nice because it's a little bit more robust, so as it heaves out you can easily put it back in.
Right.
So the bottom line is I have a lot of people I'll go out to do a quote and then be like, I want no maintenance. I was like, well, even if you pour concrete, there's maintenance. Yeah. So you can't get away from maintenance. You can have low maintenance, but you can't have no maintenance. So I don't know. Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.